Namaskaram, my name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In this part, I am going to explain about the third most abundant organic molecule in a cell, that is a carbohydrates. So before going to tell detailed explanation of carbohydrate, different types of carbohydrates, first I will introduce carbohydrates as function. So function. What are the basic functions of carbohydrate? First I am telling carbohydrates are energy giving substances, energy giving or energy storing substances. So now I am going to explain this one. I said the carbohydrates are energy storing substances. For example, starch in plants, similar thing, that is a glycogen in case of animals. That is why glycogen is also called as an animal starch. So carbohydrates are energy storing substances or energy giving substances. In our body, actually there are two energy storing substances are present. One is a glycogen, that is a carbohydrate. Another one is a fat. Now I will make you relative comparison, then you can understand. So now I am going to explain the comparison between the glycogen and the fat. What is the chemical name of the fat? That is a triglycerides. Triglyceride is a chemical name of the fat. Lipids, in lipids I will explain. First, this glycogen in our body, where it is storing? Glycogen storing in the liver, followed by muscles. Yeah, you can remember in the liver. So, liver cell cytoplasm, where glucose is storing in the form of glycogen. Fat is storing in adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is designed for the storing of fat. The next one, there is how much amount of energy this carbohydrate is giving. That is a 4 kilocalories per gram. That is a carbohydrate energy value. Fat giving 9 kilocalories of energy per gram. What you need to understand? Both these carbohydrates and fat both giving energy. But which one is giving the maximum or most energy? That is the fat. That is why fat is the major energy storing substance in our body. Then what is the advantage of these carbohydrates as energy giving substance? This glycogen or carbohydrates gives energy. Quickly it gives energy. Quickly give energy. What it mean that? That glycogen, when the energy cells want energy, glycogen break down into glucose. Glucose undergo glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain. Immediately generates the energy, or at least undergo glycolysis, generate the energy very immediately. But if the fat convert into energy, it is a very time consuming process. That is why it gives energy in, it take time. It take time to give the energy. That is why from here, this is the comparison. In our body, what I said, in our body there are two energy storing substances there. One is a glycogen, that is belongs to carbohydrate polysaccharide. Another one is a fat. So which one is a major energy storing substance? Fat. Which one gives a quick or immediate situation energy? That is deriving from the glycogen. One more point you need to understand. What is the order of the substances as respiratory substances, energy giving substance, which one is giving the energy in immediate? That is the carbohydrates. Carbohydrate, like starch in plants, glycogen in animals, is the first giving energy. They give the first energy. Followed by fat. Fat slowly it will continue. Followed by proteins. Proteins like carbohydrates, they also give the 4 kilocalories energy per gram. This is the order of respiratory substance, or this is the order of energy giving substance in our body. So this is about the energy storing substance. The next function of carbohydrates is carbohydrates are structural components of cell wall. Don't get confused. Cell membrane is different from the cell wall. Example, if I tell you can understand. For example, cellulose is a cell wall of plants. For example, chitin is a cell wall of fungi. Next, peptidoglycan. That is a cell wall in case of bacteria. See this one. This, when you call cellulose, chitin, peptidoglycan, these three are belongs to carbohydrates only. They are form of polysaccharide. They are a type of carbohydrate. They belongs to polysaccharide. That is why I said there are two functions contributed by the carbohydrate to the living system. One is that these are carbohydrates are energy storing substances and energy giving substances. Second one is that carbohydrates are structural components of the cell wall. After functions of carbohydrates, now I am going to explain the classification of carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are broadly classified into three groups or three types. The first one belongs to monosaccharides. The second category belongs to oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides. Among oligosaccharides, the most common oligosaccharides are disaccharides. The last one belongs to polysaccharides. So each one, monosaccharides, this disaccharide and polysaccharide, I am going to explain in detail. Now, first I am going to take first one, monosaccharides, because if you want to understand the complex polysaccharides, basically we should understand the or detailed information about the monosaccharide. That is why I am going to introduce the monosaccharide. What it means mono? Mono means a single. Saccharide is apt for the sugar. That is why these monosaccharides are single sugar. That is why they are called as the simplest. These are the simplest carbohydrates. What it means that simplest carbohydrates means when any take, you can take polysaccharide or oligosaccharide. Once you subject it to the hydrolysis, the ultimate product formed as a result of hydrolysis of any carbohydrate that belongs to monosaccharide. That is why these are the simplest carbohydrates. Next point, based on functional group. Based on functional group, monosaccharides two types. What is the basis? Functional group. One is belongs to aldoses. What is the meaning of aldoses? You know, aldoses are monosaccharides containing a aldehyde. That is a CHO is a functional group. This functional group is located at a first carbon. Okay. Next one is belongs to ketoses. Ketoses are monosaccharides containing a keto as a functional group. C double bond O. This is a functional group located at the second carbon. So monosaccharides classified in two categories, two groups, aldoses and ketoses, depends on the nature of the functional group. One more classification is there, that is based on number of carbon atoms. These monosaccharides are different types. Like first one, trioses. Trioses are monosaccharides, consists of 3 carbons. Like that you need to understand. Tetroses, monosaccharide made up of 4 carbons. Pentoses, monosaccharides made up of 5 carbons. Most common monosaccharide, hexoses, made up of 6 carbon. For example, up to here you can remember. For example, heptoses, Monosaccharide made up of 7 carbons. Up to here you can remember. So there are two types of classification of monosaccharides. First one is based on the functional group. Next one is based on the number of carbon atoms. Next classification I will make based on both this based on functional group and based on the number of carbon atom. Together I am going to explain. After those two classification, now I am going to explain aldose's family. You will understand. For example, if I give aldotriose, what you need to understand aldotriose means? These are the monosaccharide made up of 3 carbon atoms with aldehyde as a functional group located at the first carbon. Example for this one is a glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde is an example of the aldotriose. Like that you need to understand. Next one is that aldotetrose. That is an example for that one erythrose. Erythrose, how many carbon atoms are there? 4 carbon atoms. What is the functional group? Aldehyde. Next one aldopentose. This one when I said itself you can tell aldopentose example, that is a ribose. Ribose is an example of aldopentose. That means ribose made up of. Ribose is an example. 2'-deoxyribose also belongs to aldopentose only. So this ribose consists of 5 carbon atom. What is the functional group? Aldehyde group located at the first carbon. Now I am asking, what is the importance of the ribose? Ribose is a very important component or sugar of the nucleic acid, especially that is a RNA. The next one, aldohexoses. Most common sugars in the nature, that is a aldohexoses. Examples for aldohexoses, glucose. This is a most common blood sugar. Because after digestion of the starch, the resulting thing is a glucose enters into the blood. Next one is a galactose. Galactose is also called as a brain sugar. The next one, mannose. Mannose, glucose, galactose and mannose. These three are belongs to examples of aldohexomonosaccharides. This is about the aldoses family. Now you can understand the next one, ketoses family. Aldoses family followed by ketoses family. For example, first one, ketotriose. What you need to understand ketotriose is, these are the monosaccharide made up of 3 carbon atoms with a ketone as a functional group located at a second carbon. Example is very famous. That is a DHA. The DH is a dihydroxy acetone, one of the important intermediate of the glycolysis. What is importance of DHA? You know, this is the only sugar. DH is the only sugar without asymmetric carbon. Asymmetric carbon or chiral carbon atom. What is importance of chiral carbon atom or asymmetric carbon atom? If a molecule consists of at least one asymmetric carbon atom, that is optically inactive. But DHA is not having the even one asymmetric carbon atom. That is why it is the only sugar that is optically inactive. Indirectly meaning what? It cannot rotate the plane polarizer light. So here I am giving one more important point. DHA, dihydroxyacetone, is the only known sugar that is without asymmetric carbon atom and optically inactive. What is the only amino acid that is optically inactive? That is a glycine. Glycine is the only amino acid optically inactive. DHA is the only sugar optically inactive. The next one, ketotetrose. Ketotetrose. Example, erythrulose. Don't confuse. This one is a erythrose, this is a erythrulose. These two are the intermediates of the dark reactions of the photosynthesis. The next one, ketopentose. This is also famous sugar. Example, ribulose. This one is a ribose, this one is a ribulose. Ribulose is also one of the very important intermediate of the dark reactions of photosynthesis. I think you heard ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. The next one is a ketohexose. Ketohexose sugar, that is example fructose. Fructose is the sweetest sugar. So this belongs to aldoses family with the corresponding examples, required examples. This is a ketoses family with the required examples. After different examples of monosaccharides, now I am going to explain capital D and L forms of monosaccharide. Same concept I explained in case of amino acids. Already I said capital D and capital L conformations not related to the optical activity. Now I am going to tell the same concept with reference of the sugar. Here I wrote one monosaccharide. First you can count the number of carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 means it belongs to hexose now. This is what is functional group aldehyde. So this is an example of aldohexose. Now I am telling its name. This is a glucose. In glucose, as we know, how many number of asymmetric carbon atoms are present or chiral carbon atoms are present? There are 4 asymmetric carbon atoms. This is not asymmetric carbon, this is not asymmetric carbon atom. See, this is the first asymmetric carbon, second, third, this is the last asymmetric carbon atom. Instead of 4, I am calling it as the last asymmetric carbon atom. This is a required. If OH group on last asymmetric carbon atom, if it is the right side, that is called as a capital D. This is a sugar, this is a glucose, that is why I am writing this is a D-glucose. Same thing I am writing here, this is also glucose only, this is the last asymmetric carbon atom. The OH group on last asymmetric carbon, if it is the left side, that is called as a capital L. With reference of this sugar, I am calling as a L-glucose. Now what you need to understand capital D and capital forms of monosaccharides regarding. It is not at all related to the optical activity. It relates to spatial arrangement of OH group around the last asymmetric carbon atom. If OH group on last asymmetric carbon, if it is the right side there, that is a D sugar. If it is a OH group on last asymmetric carbon, if it is the left side, that is called as a L sugar. Now, while I am telling about amino acid, which amino acids are most common? Are they D amino acids or L amino acid? I said L alpha amino acids are the most common. But in case of sugars, the most common sugars are belongs to D sugars. Okay? So this is about the D and L forms of monosaccharides. Till now, if you understand this concept, you can like and share this video to your friends. Subscribe our channel. If you have any doubt about this chapter biomolecules, you can comment below. Definitely I will respond to your questions. Thank you.